Welcome. My name is Steven with newcustomers.com, and today I wanted to do a short demonstration of what a typical website looks like inside of a smartphone. And a typical website is your one made for a PC, your .com site, and what one could look like if you used a .mobi site, which is a website designed specifically for the typical smartphone, which is generally 3 to 4 inches in diameter for screen size. So this first site I'm going to go to, it's just an example of a typical .com site. Now it can look different than what you're seeing here because this is just an emulator on my PC screen, and in some cases I see this where it's just, you can see the text is just really small. There's just no way anybody's ever going to be able to read this, and then trying to click on a link with your thumb, which is a whole lot bigger than the little hand you see there on the screen right now, and then trying to get the specific link, it's super hard. But sometimes what I see in my Android phone is that you'll just get this section right here, say this block right here will be the only thing that'll fill up this screen, and everything else is off the screen, so the user has to use their thumb to scroll back and forth just to read the text. And that's because their typical site is not designed for a smartphone screen. It's designed for a large screen. Now I'm going to show you an example of what this site could look like if it were a mobile site, and I just did a mock-up of this. This person is not a customer of mine. They don't know I did this. But anyway, here you can see I just took their banner and their information and everything, and now you can see it's very legible, it's readable. There is no scrolling back and forth. This is everything that you would see in a smartphone. So you say, well, that's not a lot of information. Well, it gives you all the pertinent information, because remember, a mobile phone user is not a PC user. A PC user does research. A mobile phone user goes to your site and they want the most basic information right away, and that means, you know, things like something about your office, your address, your phone number, location, about us. Here we can go to the About Us page, and so you can see information that I took from this person's website, and it just gives information about the doctor. And you can do that about your staff and everything. And also notice these buttons down here below. Now a person who likes this site can now share it with their friends. They can just click this button, it takes them right to their Facebook page, or they can click the like button, which also takes them to the Facebook page and makes a like on their Facebook page, which then tells all their friends that you like this and gives a link back to your mobile site. And you can also tweet it or email to your friends, all from a click of a button. Now here's something that I'll go back to the home page that you may not know, is that in today's smartphones, like I have an Android version, this is a version of an iPhone, but it's the same deal. It really works the same. Is if on my phone, I can't do this because this is an emulator that I'm using on the PC, and if you just put your thumb on the address right here, it just looks like an address in this emulator, but on my smartphone, if I click that, it would actually open up my GPS on my smartphone and give me the option to get turn-by-turn directions, or start my GPS app and make it so that it will be just like a TomTom or Magellan or whatever, that just gives me driving directions as I'm driving. It'll say turn left here, turn right there, recalculating. I love that commercial. And the same thing with the phone number. All they have to do is put their thumb on it, and it will automatically bring up all your information, and then they just have to either click a button and they're calling you, or they can save it to their favorites. And it's the same thing with your entire site. They'll be able to save this entire site, because on a real smartphone there'll be buttons and everything that says save. So that's the benefit of having a mobile site, is because all this information can then be very easily saved by a typical smartphone user. I'm going to go to another site here. So here's one. This actually is a customer of mine, and you see like all these are really small links. Well, they're not. This head part is actually just a header, so it's just a picture of their site. So none of this is actually meant to be clickable. The real information is all below the header. So again, a person could just touch this and it will bring up the GPS or turn-by-turn directions, or make it so that they can save this entire web page to their phone, so they always have you basically on speed dial. And same thing here with the phone number, just a click and boom, they're calling you. And right here on the home page, I gave them all their hours of operation and everything. So right at a glance, you can see that a smartphone user is going to have all the pertinent information right off the bat on the home page. And now you can see there's only a handful of buttons, but they're really big. They're easy for somebody with a large thumb to be able to click any one of these and get to a page that just gives the basic information. That's what a smartphone user wants. They're there to get the information and get out. Here's services. This looks like the same page, but it's not. It actually goes through each of the doctors and what services they provide at this clinic. You can have a special offers page. Say now this one has, these guys have special offers for first-time customers and everything. And there's a contact us and a directions button. They're really not needed, quite frankly, because again, on a smartphone, all a person has to do is click either the phone number or the address, and it already brings all that stuff up. So that may have actually been overkill on my part. And let me show you QR codes. If you never heard of QR codes, that's what this is. QR stands for quick response. So what this person is doing is, if you do advertising in magazines or coupon magazines or newspapers, yellow pages, I can give you a QR code. The person scans it with their smartphone and it'll bring them right to the mobile site that I create for you, which is what this person is doing right here. The only difference is this website obviously is made for PC. It wasn't made for a smartphone. So really you want to have a mobile site that would fit in there. And so this QR code, when the person scans it with their phone, which you put this in your advertising, they scan it, and now your website and all your information is now stored on their mobile phone. You're already doing the advertising. Why not include this? So anyway, QR codes and mobile websites, they work hand in hand. And if you already do some advertising, you really should have both of these things. So anyway, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.